border crossings are at their lowest level ever recorded. Is the border...
Is that good?
Is the border now secure?
Yeah, it's really secure. Isn't it a beautiful thing when you say it's the most secure it's ever been in the history of our country? Isn't that a nice statement?
This is insane. Right now, the border is the safest it has ever been. Yet, if you watch CNN, if you watch MSNBC, you would think President Trump is destroying this country. They will never give President Trump the credit he deserves.
Your Secretary of State says everyone who's here, citizens and non-citizens, deserve due process. Do you agree, Mr. President?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know.
Well, the Fifth Amendment says
I don't know. It might say that, but if you're talking about that, then we'd have to have 1 million or 2 million or 3 million trials. We have thousands of people that are some murderers and some drug dealers and some of the worst people on earth. Some of the worst, most dangerous people on earth. And I was elected to get them the hell out of here, and the courts are holding me from doing it.
What due process are we talking about? If you come here illegally, you do not have the proper documentation to come here nor to be here. How can we be talking about due process? Because due process is expensive. Probably almost $20,000 per illegal migrant. So now you want the American taxpayers to spend $20,000 per person that was not supposed to be here? Come on now. My stand, that's simple. If you did not follow due process to come here, there shouldn't be due process to remove you here. End of conversation.
When you look to the future, Mr. President, do you think the MAGA movement can survive without you as its leader?
Yes, I do.
What gives you...
I think it's so strong, and I think we have tremendous people. I think we have a tremendous group of people. We talked about a number of them. You look at Marco, you look at J.D. Vance, who's fantastic. You look at, I could name 10, 15, 20 people right now just sitting here.
One thing the Republican Party has right now is leaders. We have Marco Rubio, we have J.D. Vance, we have Vivek Ramaswamy. I mean, we have a lot of people that can really push that MAGA movement. But the Democratic Party, I think it's a different story.
And you know what I can't name? I can't name one Democrat. I mean, I look at the Democrats, they're in total disarray. They have a new person named Crockett. I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. And they said, she's the future of the party. I said, you have to be kidding. I don't know what they're going to do.
When you listen to Jasmine Ratchet Crockett speak, you're like, how did she get elected? And then you hear all these Democrats saying Jasmine is the future of the party. You're like, what? Listen, us Republicans, we have nothing to worry about, man. I think the future of this country is great.
Prices are already going up on some popular items. Tires.
Prices are down on groceries. Prices are down for oil. Prices are down for all energy. Prices are down at tremendous numbers for gasoline.
How dishonest can you be to simply say prices are going up? But in reality, prices on groceries, prices on gasoline, oil, everything is going down.
Are you worried about a recession?
No.
Are you worried it could happen? Do you think it could happen?
Anything can happen.
Yo, that's why people love President Trump. Like he just said, anything can happen.
But I think we're going to have the greatest economy in the history of our country. I think we're going to have the greatest economic boom in history.
If President Trump is successful with his tariffs plan, I believe he will go down as the best president this country has ever seen. And quite frankly, not just this country. He will probably go down as the best president we've ever seen.
The Trump Organization is selling hats that say Trump 2028.
Yeah.
Are you seriously considering a third term, Mr. President, even though it's prohibited by the Constitution? Or is this about staying politically viable?
I will say this. So many people want me to do it. I have never had requests so strong as that. This is not something I'm looking to do. I'm looking to have 4 great years and turn it over to somebody, ideally a great Republican to carry it forward. But I think we're going to have 4 years, and I think 4 years is plenty of time to do something really spectacular.
I think President Trump is going to have 4 good years. I don't think he'll be able to have 4 great years. If you guys see what's happening in less than 3 months, all these Democrats, they are doing the most unnecessary things ever trying to stop President Trump with his agenda. There are right now over 100 lawsuits against President Trump. Think about it, guys. Over 100 lawsuits. We have Democrat judges asking President Trump to bring back criminals to America. Unbelievable. As we speak, there is a conversation right now these Democrats are doing, trying to impeach President Trump. That also shows these Democrats, they will never learn from their mistakes.
Mr. President, should lawful residents of this country start carrying paperwork with them when they leave their homes?
I don't think that'll be necessary, but what you're not saying is that many people have been killed, maimed, badly hurt by illegal immigrants that came over that are from prisons and from jails and from mental institutions, and they're hurting our people. And if we don't get them out, we're not going to have a country for long.
Let me tell you, if carrying my documentation is what it takes to help with the deportation process and remove all these illegal criminals in this country, I'll carry my documentation even when I'm at home. Come on now.
If I own stock in something and I do a good job and the stock market goes up, I guess I'm profiting. But who really profits is somebody like Nancy Pelosi, who uses inside information. She worked for $175,000 a year, and that's at the high end, and she's worth $150, $200 million. Okay? You ought to look at Nancy Pelosi, and you ought to look at some of these politicians that are stone-cold crooks.
I'm surprised there has not been any investigation to know how Nancy Pelosi got to $200 million. How? Someone with no finance background, someone with no entrepreneurship background. How? Anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Always a pleasure to have you here. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think as I continue to bring out content as frequent as I can, so we can grow this channel, because it is time to start speaking up, us Republican, us conservative, so we can uphold those conservative values. Because if you guys see what's happening on the left, all these liberals, man, we need to speak up, man. We need to speak up. Anyway, guys, I see you in the next video.